5 cheap ways to wow your guests that no other hosts are doing.
Spoiler alert, it's not that hard. Hi, I'm Sarah Caracan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are...
Thanks for visiting.
We've been hosting for over a decade, welcomed thousands of guests into our home.
We have thousands and thousands of reviews, and every year we manage over $1.5 million in revenue, and we are so excited to teach you how to rock out your Airbnb.
State of the Inn tip number 5 is something that all of our guests mention in our 5-star reviews.
Tip number 1, send them a morning after message. It seems simple because it is, but there are so many hosts that don't do this really simple tip.
It's so cheap, it's free. And listen, you can automate it. So you can literally free yourself from having to even think about it. And something to know about customer service, a lot of times the last thing someone wants to do is reach out to you about an issue, okay? So many of us think, well, they'll let us know if something's off or something's not working. That's the last thing somebody wants to do when they're on a trip. That reach out means so much.
There is a stat where it's like if someone does say that something's bothering them or isn't quite right, that one person is the one person who spoke up. There are like 10 others that didn't speak up about it. So again, the next morning, allow them the night to settle in, to have that night's sleep, to wake up, maybe make their cup of coffee, have your message come in at an appropriate time. So you don't want to like wake them up at 6 a.m. with the ding or 7 a.m.
How's everything going? How's everything going?
Right. So like, I think like a 9:30 a.m. is a great time to say, how was your first night? We hope you were able to settle in great. If there's anything we can do to give you a 5-star experience, so you're kind of alluding to them that you are trying to earn a 5-star review, to let us know and be happy to make anything right. And then say, if not, we hope you enjoy the rest of your stay. We'll be here if you need us. A really quick, simple message. If they don't reply, also, don't be disheartened. Some people are just on vacation and they don't want to chat back with you, but they will see that you reached out and that you asked, and that alone will mean so much to them. If you want to learn more about automated messages, you've got to check out this video.
Tip number 2, crystal clear check-in instructions. This is the deciding time. This is the most nerve-wracking time for a guest and the moment of truth, okay? It's when they're at their door, they probably had a long day of travel. They need to know how to get to your property, where to park, where the lockbox is, where the remote entry is. Help them be as clear as possible here. This will set the tone for the rest of their stay. Sarah's got a secret tip for you too.
Well, before I get into my secret tip, which it's a good one, so just hang tight. This is a tip in this video because this is not done well often. So even if right now you think you've got great check-in instructions, do you? Have a friend try to check in, late at night who maybe has never been to your property yet. In the dark, right? Was it easy for them? Because what's easy to you, your property is already familiar to you. And again, just because the guest doesn't tell you like that was really hard, they don't reach out and kind of complain, does not mean they didn't have a great experience. So I wouldn't even risk it. I would just make sure it is really clear, really dialed into someone who has never been to your area before. Here's my little tip for you. When you upload your listing, you're probably like me, and I like to do it on Airbnb.com on their website, right in the web version, because it's nice and big. I can type in with my full keypad. I can drag and drop my photos. It's awesome. There is a really cool feature I'm going to show you here on my phone. The mobile version, your Airbnb app, that is the only way to add this to your listing, and it's going to help you with your check-in instructions. You're going to navigate to your property on the app. You're going to click on it, and then you're going to be in the editable side of it. So you're just going to scroll down under listing here, and you're going to find check-in instructions. In my version, it's under check-in methods. Sometimes it's a little bit different for everybody. Click on check-in instructions, and here you can add photos and copy that walk your guests through where to park, what the door looks like. I have my door circled in red here, what the door looks like to make sure that they are at the right door. So it's a really cool way to walk your guests through that check-in process.
And it really is step by step. You think it's only one step, like here's your door code, let yourself in. No, it's how do they get to the house? Where do they park? Where do they walk up? Are there multiple doors? What door do they enter? So you really need to make this the step-by-step process. And that little hot tip Sarah gave you on the mobile version will facilitate that. If you want to go deeper on the guest check-in experience, check out this video. Here's a bonus way to wow your guest and for you to make more money. It's brought to you by Breezeway.
Okay, so you know by now how much we love Breezeway. It is truly one of our favorite pieces of technology when running our short-term rentals, so we can guarantee 5-star reviews and taking care of our property at the same time. This tip is around their Breezeway messaging. So you can tie your guest messaging to your Airbnb reservations seamlessly. They have a very good connection with the Airbnb API, and it will know if you have a gap night before the guest stay starts and a gap night after the guest stay ends. And Breezeway will automatically message your guests asking them if they want to come a day early or stay a day later for a discount. Here's why this is cool. This message goes out to the guest days before they're about to arrive, so you're probably not going to sell it anyway. They're already going to be coming to the property, so you've already decided they're a good fit. The cleaning has already been, everything's already been done, and so it's like making free extra money, and the guest is like, wait, yes, I would like to be able to check in whenever I want. Maybe it's the night before, maybe it's super early the next day, or yeah, I am having a great time. I could probably stay an extra day because I work from anywhere. So really anticipating their needs. Hey, they don't know if they want to stay. They don't think about wanting to stay extra, but this message, it's automated. You make extra money. They get a big discount. It's win-win.
Number 3, it's a handwritten card. And you're gonna laugh, your guest name here, but the name is so important. This is that money opportunity. Everyone loves to see and hear their name. They are going to love this. This is gonna edge you out from the competition, and they're gonna remember this. And it can be super short. Sarah, we write these before the guest checks in.
Yes.
What are we gonna include?
Yeah, so I never thought this would be like a thing that people kind of stress about, like what to write. And so I've broken this down to about 4 sentences. The first tip is to call out their name again inside the card. Call them by name. If you know the rest of their party, like what their names are, like it's Nancy and Bob, or it's Nancy and her daughter Carly, whatever.
Their pet.
Oh, yes.
Rocket.
If you know the pet's name, if not, ask for the pet's name.
Bonus points. Kids and pets.
Yes.
Bonus points.
Yes. So you're calling the name. The next sentence is going to be, thank you so much. You're going to thank them for choosing you. Thank you so much for staying with us. The next part of that sentence is calling out why they're staying with you. This just shares with them that you are paying attention. They are not just another guest on Airbnb who you said, who instant booked and you don't know or care. Thank you so much for staying with us and deciding to celebrate this graduation weekend in our property. Should you have time with all the graduation festivities, I recommend going to DK Diner. It's this great little hole-in-the-wall diner with the best food. My recommendation is to make sure you get the green smoothie. It'll power you up for the day ahead. If you need anything.
Who gets a smoothie at a diner?
I don't know.
Not me.
I do. If you need anything during your stay, we're here for you. Jot down your business phone number or however you want them to reach out to you and sign your name. Simple, easy, effective. Honestly, you don't even have to spend any money on a gift amenity. This will go a super long way. Tip number 4 is a loyalty booster gift. So you are going to leave your guest a little something that's not necessarily like a mug with your logo on it or a cheese platter. It's really tailored to the reason why they're coming to stay with you, and it can be cheap and simple. For example, we had a guest who stayed with us the first time. He was a great guest. After he checked out, we messaged back and forth. He wants to come again. We noticed that he had those little cutie tangerines peelings in our garbage can. So when he checked in the next time, you better believe we had a bowl full of those little tangerines for him to enjoy on his next stay. Or we've had guests who have shared with us they're in town because they have an ailing family member in the hospital and they are stressed out about where to park and how to park. Can I find a cab? And so when they checked in, we had an Uber gift card there waiting for them. It was, under $10, but just a little nod like, hey, we've got you held this whole stay. All of these examples are ones that we've done before and they've ended up in our reviews. They cost us under $10 and they are gifts that are specific to why they're coming into town and how we're going to enhance their stay.
Tip number 5, our forgot something basket. We're gonna run out today and get this, I guarantee you. It is left in so many of our reviews and is anticipating the needs of each and every guest. Now this basket is most likely left in the bathroom and we have a plethora of amenities in there. So Sarah, let's give them a rundown of what they're gonna wanna include in this basket.
You can include hairspray, spray deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste, tampons, which you should always have tampons and pads at your property. Always, always, always. Earplugs.
Q-tips, what else? Spray deodorant.
Aloe vera gel if maybe it's the summer season. Sometimes we'll get seasonal with it.
Individual razors, individual combs. Here, we're naming off all this thing, and I know what you're thinking. I know you're like trying to do math in your head of like, ladies, this is so expensive. I am not gonna offer toothbrushes and toothpaste and razors to each and every guest. You will be floored, number one, of how inexpensive you can get all of these items. And number two, how many of your guests actually don't use it, but they appreciate the thought that if they had forgot something, you had it there for them. And so both guests, either the guest that use it and the guest that doesn't use it, they're both wowed. And that's what we call a win-win on this forgot something basket. Guarantee you wanna go get it today. I know we're gonna have below all the items that we put in it, so you can go get yourself one today or order it on Amazon.
With that, I'm Sarah Karakayan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are
Thanks for visiting.